All right, what's up? Day 62, guys. We're back at it. Today we're doing some deadlifts. I need to get the remote. Try to go a little heavier. It's hot out, humid. Hope you all are having a great day. All right, as you know, we are on our way to 100,000 repetitions. That's what our goal is, to raise awareness on how many pounds of meat we actually eat as a human being every single year. And I did not know this, but if you do the average, if you look it up, the average person eats about 300 pounds of meat every single year. It's a lot of meat. You don't need to eat any of it to be strong, fit, and healthy. So you don't have to eat any pounds of meat whatsoever. So I'm showing you that you can do that. Showing you that you can absolutely do that. Today we're going to be deadlifting. So while I'm doing that, I figured out. So I did the burpees. I've been doing the burpees, or call them the vegan press, or the devil's press with dumbbells. And it ended up giving my elbow tinnitus, or, I still got an injury here. A lot of repetitions straight up and down. So clearly wasn't a good idea, or for me at least, and that didn't work out. So we're modifying it. We're doing regular with no weight whatsoever, but we're incorporating the strength portion of the workout. So that being said, let's get right into the vegan burpee, which is 3 repetitions and call it one movement. It's the burpee, push up, and then full squat. So you got 3 movements there. We're doing 10 rounds, and we keep track with the little counter. So that way we know that we've done 100. And it's a great workout no matter where you are, what you have, what you need, and you don't need to do anything in between. You can rest in between or do all 100 in a row. But it's a fantastic workout, and then you get 300 repetitions. So we call it the vegan 300. So we're going to do another round of, and you can modify the vegan 300 of whatever, but the bare minimum is these burpees. Call them the vegan burpees with the full squat, 100 of them. And we do 10 rounds of 10, and then in between we're doing a strength portion. Today we got deadlifts. So, but let's get after it then. So that's what we're gonna do. When we start with one round, we start with one, and we just keep going from there. All right, here we go. Day 62 of this. So full push up, and then we get down to a full squat. There's 1 repetition. Full push up, full squat. There's 2. 3. 4. 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so there's one round there. And so we've been doing like 3 reps in between. So I think that's what we'll kind of stick with. Right here, this is 135. So we'll deadlift this. All right, that's it. On to round 2, but let me get the comments today. I'll pass out when I shoot them because I love shooting deer because they're meat and their horns. So, and I've been doing, and my family has been doing it for generations. Okay, so this was around hunting. You know, and if you do something until you pass out, like it's your body telling you something, it's not good. It's like shutting itself down, my opinion. It doesn't want to experience that. But there's one. If your family's been doing it for generations, I mean, I agreed. I think that's why a lot of people hunt. There's 2, or do the things that they do. It's because you're taught doing it. You're taught to do it. 3. So 4. I mean, I get why we're doing it. 5. But you don't have to. You can change that. 6. You know, passing things down. It's like tradition. There's 7. 8. 9. 10. All right, so this is 135. This is where we can go up in a little bit of weight. Deadlift is, I mean, what we're going to try to do is get up to a good set of 3, heavy set of 3 for the last, round 7. And then you can count your heaviest round. But we just added 20 pounds. We're going to do another 3 of these deadlifts. Again, this is all in my hamstring, using my legs. We call it push the floor away. And then I stand straight up. Maybe I'll do this sideways so you can see it. Flat back, pushing the floor away. Everything's in the hamstrings here. Bar remains close to your body. Wiggle my toes. Can't see that. 1, 2, 3. There you have it. And deadlifts. Here we go. So back to burpees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's stay here for now. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Man. Ooh. Let's put a all right, coming up on our 5th round. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, there's halfway through. One. 82 in here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Round 6 complete. Let's add another 10. Hotter than it was yesterday for sure. Also a different movement, but still. We got 6 rounds through, so we got 60. This will be 70 here. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 7 through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 7 rounds through now, it says. I don't know if that was a misclick or not. Let's put on 10s. Let's keep going up. Round 7. All right, we got 3 of these. We still feel controlled. Steady. All right, that's not light. Let's keep these burpees going though. They're not gonna do themselves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 8 rounds through. We're gonna stick to this weight. So I got 85 pounds on each side, plus 45. Three. All right, here we go. We're at 80. We got 20 more of these guys to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 9 rounds through. Did we ever figure out this is 4 is 80, 90 plus 80, 160, 100, 205. All right, let's do 3. All right, last round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. 400. 100. All right. Let me finish up these last 3 and we'll call it, 10 rounds of 10 vegan burpees and 3 deadlifts, increasing weight. Work yourself up. And you got yourself under a 30-minute workout. That's it. That was a good one. So we got up to, I think we said, what, 205 for 3 on the deadlift. So this is also what I mean by doing your strength portion, incorporating it into your workout. So we got our strength in and my heart rate. I saw 149 on there. I'm not sure if that's accurate. That'd be interesting. But you saw it. You can incorporate weights into the cardio or into your burpees alongside of it and get your workout in. And again, even with rest, we're under 30 minutes. And you don't even have to go heavy, and you don't have to incorporate any weights at all. But it's good to mix it up. I feel like 10 rounds of 10 is super doable. The 10 is easy to navigate. So but there you have it. There's the workout. Short, sweet, to the point. Really didn't know what I wanted to do until I got here. But listen, here's the things what we do know. We do know that we need to do 100 burpees. We call them vegan burpees. So that needs to happen. And then it's like mix in some other stuff. So okay, so let's do the CrossFit style workout. Let's do 10 burpees followed by 3 deadlifts. So great workout. We just made it up. So there you have it. That's your programming. Free of charge. Keep mixing it up. But sometimes it's good to feel like, you don't have to think about it. Here it is. I get that. But just, don't overthink it. You could pay for it. But just, to me, don't overthink it. Do things you like to do, you want to do. Also, you got to do things that you don't like to do that are challenging. And I think important, make sure it's functional, make sure it serves a purpose. The squats, deadlifts, picking things up off of the ground, putting them overhead. These are real life things that you need to do when you're 100 years old. You don't want anyone to be doing that stuff for you or having anybody else do that stuff for you. So, and at this rate, or at the rate you're currently in, you either are or you aren't able to do these things. And we're not getting stronger if we're not doing it. And we're always breaking down muscle. As we get older, our muscles are deteriorating. We need to be able to slow that down, to keep building more muscle, to slow down that aging process. You need to be, you need to strength train. So you need to incorporate weights. And your body weight is fine to start with, but get a set of dumbbells. Look at this. My son is out here. Somebody's out here with 10 pounds. We got 5 pounds over here. Get these things moving functionally. Deadlift these things like this, like that. You can do 100 of these. We had a lady I work with. We had her do 5 squats, and her squat form was good. But a full squat, obviously not holding anything, but full depth, and back up. Not many people can do that. But depending on where you're at, you can be helped. It is very basic. You don't need to start with anything complicated, nothing complicated at all. You just need to build, get consistent with it. Consistency breeds discipline, builds discipline. And then once you have the discipline, you're going to have the ups and downs. You're going to have days where you don't feel like working out. You're going to feel like you don't want to do this. But the discipline will keep you there and keep you through that. Injuries are difficult. They're more challenging. They're different. But it's all in your head. Just get out here, do it. And you got to help other people do it too, because sometimes they'll be able to help you. When you're down, you'll see them and then they'll motivate you. And then other times you're going to be that catalyst for them. They're going to see you doing it and then that gets them into it, right? And then so we all got to help each other with this when it comes to working out and fitness. All of us go through, we don't feel like it. You one day off turns to 2, turns to 3, turns to 3 months. And so it's difficult, but that's why you got to surround yourself with the right group of people that are going to continue to bring you up wherever you're at. And then you got to drown out all the other noise, right? What's telling you not to work out? What's telling you that that's the wrong decision to make? You're never going to regret a workout that you completed. So you just got to get in there, get your feet out of bed. If it's in the morning, get your, just do it. So find a way. All right, guys, that's it. Back to the grind. It's been fun. Day 62. All right, 18,600 reps. That's what we've done. All right, last thing, Georgia. Is it George? Georgia Grace. I'll pass out when I shoot them because I love shooting deer because they're meat. Well, you don't love that, man. You don't love the fact of taking another being's life away from their experience or ending their forever experiences. They only get one life. They're individual just like you. Why who are we or you to take that away from them because you love them so much? Think about how contradicting that is. If you love them so much, let them go, let them live their life, let them experience their life. Their meat and their horns. So you mean, the antlers and okay, there's a set of fake antlers that I purchased that are exactly like a replica of real life antlers. Replica, plastic. Get those. And then the family been doing it for generations. This is the toughest part because just because your parents and your family have done it for generations doesn't make it moral, doesn't make it right. Just because we've been doing it in the past or the United States have been allowing it or laws in the past doesn't make it right or moral. So the family is difficult because that's looking at your parents or your family's line and saying well, they did it. And then so you're going against them doing it. But understand why, understand that they didn't have the knowledge back then, understand that this wasn't in front of them, but this video is in front of you and you get to make that decision. But don't just say just because they've been doing it, that just means it's okay for us to continue to do it. Biggest tradition I think I would love to eliminate is Thanksgiving and what we do to turkeys. Think about how many turkeys are sacrificed, or died or killed just specifically around and for that meal. So, all right, Georgia Grace, that doesn't make it moral. That doesn't make it right. You can be strong, fit, and healthy without eating any animals whatsoever. All right, Georgia. All right, but we're done here. Day 62 in the books. Hot one today. 83 now. All right, you guys got any questions? Let me know. Any comments? Let me know. If you want to come on live, let me know. But we're done here. Day 62, 8,600 repetitions for the animals, doing 300 a day. 300 pounds of meat are eaten by the average person every single year. But you don't need to eat any to be strong, fit, and healthy. All plants have protein. All right, remember that. All plants have protein. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.